Experience 10 days of Grand Europe trip for easy EMI of Rs 25,000 only with GT Holidays, South India's #1 travel brand.
Wonder Diamond, South India's largest lab-grown diamond brand, stores at Chennai, Coimbatore, Bangalore and Hyderabad.
Hello, Shahid, Raashi, Vijay, Sethupathi, Rajan DK. Now, the point is, I'm coming to you guys first. Welcome to Galattaplus. For the love of God, for the love of everything that is holy on this earth, what happened in Lonavala, in Family Man? Please, please, please put us out of our misery and tell us, did they have an affair or did they not?
So that question became so big that we thought there were so many other pressing things that was happening in the show.
Right.
So we were already shooting second season, and when we saw this question being after Kattappa Bahubali question, this was like the second one. We were like, oh my God, there was so much focus on just this bit that we decided not to address it even in the second season.
Right. So you can talk about it now, right?
It's going to be third.
Oh, you're going to give a reveal? Is that a promise?
Sure, for sure.
Oh, okay. Thank you so much. Yes. You know, there is this line in the trailer, "Sabke andar chor hai." There's the thief inside everyone. So, you know, I'd like all of you to kind of have a, you know, like a take on this. Shahid, you think that's true?
Of course.
Yeah? As an actor, you think there's a thief inside you?
I don't think there's anybody black and white. Everybody exists in grey. And the
A
faster
thief is a very specific kind of grey, right?
we all grow up imitating. Imitation is a form of theft, I would say.
Okay. That's a really good point. Yeah. Raashi?
I don't know chore for what. You know, there can be a thief inside you for different things in life. But definitely, as a term, it's there.
Yeah.
For what? Each to their own.
You don't want to reveal it right now.
Well, not really.
Okay.
Yes, sir.
Okay. What? Yeah, but what?
ये सबके अंदर चोर है
सबके अंदर चोर है.
मेरा अंदर भी है
Okay, but what is the chore for? What is Vijay Sethupath's chore for? What are you, if you had to steal something, what would you steal?
मैं भी सबका दिमाग
Oh, nice. That's a good one. You become the only, you know, you own everybody's, you know, brains.
I don't know
You want to be Chat GBT? Was that Chat GBT? What is this?
What is
the new AI tech,
Oh, that's
which is smarter than everybody. You know how?
I don't know that
Yes. It's the new AI thing
Yeah,
that's
yeah.
come up that's smarter than everybody.
So, okay, and
As a writer, I think myself first as a writer and then a director and producer and all that. But as a writer, you are always stealing. I'm always stealing
yeah.
from you.
I think
from
for you guys,
anybody.
it's a little easier to answer.
Right.
Yeah.
So we are crooks.
I mean, not to say that we are stealing ideas, okay, guys? Everybody.
Stealing from real life. Stealing from real life. Like
Yeah,
that's what
yeah.
it is about.
Yeah.
No, but I think even if you stole, I don't think there's anything wrong because it's like Karat said, it's not where you take it from, where you take it, it's what about where you take it to.
Exactly.
Right? So it's like,
Yeah, a friend usually calls me up and said, oh my God, I said something that day and I see it in the show in a different way. I said, yeah, I stole it. You know, and it's not about stealing someone's ideas. It's about observing and picking up stuff. That's what movies are all about.
right. Who was the one that you cast first in this? Like when you wrote this, who was the one that you cast first?
Shahid was...
Shahid came first.
Yeah,
Okay, all right.
Shahid was there even before the script was there.
Okay. He came and you approached them and said you wanted to do something with them, right?
We actually had
that's a story that I read somewhere. I'm not sure if it's the right story or not. So
We actually had a film script
Okay.
called FARZI, like some 8 years ago. So we were discussing the idea and we wanted to make it. Shahid and us, we were planning to make it. And for whatever reason, it didn't happen. We all moved on. We did our stuff. He did his stuff. And again, like a few years back, we reconnected again. And we were talking about doing something. At that time, surprisingly and shockingly, honestly, he said, you know what, forget movies, man. I want to do a series. I'm like, are you serious? You want to do a series? He's like, yeah. And then like, okay, then I think I have the perfect idea for you. Because by then, we had been thinking that FARZI was ripe to be a series. As a film, it was running too long for us. And there were so many things we wanted to put in it that when we were cutting down for our own sake, saying, how long will the film be? Like 4-hour film, we cannot make it. So we started cutting down for ourselves. Then we said it's perfect for a series. And it looked like life turned a full circle. We were going to make a film with him and now we made a series with him. So
Right.
that's kind of, you know, it fell in place. The fastest ever to fall in place.
lovely.
Like we didn't even have a script yet, right? We had the idea that we had pitched him earlier. We said, this, broad strokes is going to become, and he was on. And then we all kind of started developing the idea. And eventually there was a script.
And I think like the fact that it's a series, I think this kind of content lends itself to a slightly longer format because you
Right.
can really delve deep into it.
Right.
And every character can be developed and every character can have their own journey.
Right.
So I feel that it was much better that we made it as a show as opposed to a film.
Right.
Because it would have to be probably 3 movies to be one season, but here we can go from one season to another season to another season. So you kind of get to make 2.5, 3 movies in at one go, almost, so to say. So if it's a long form story, you can really have fun with it.
Right. And Vijay came into the script later. When you wrote the character, what was the character before, or did you write him as the?
See, we definitely had a character in his place, but where is he from? Who is he? The exacts were not necessarily the same. We wanted Vijay Sethupathi in the role, okay, but we didn't know if he was going to do it or not. So, so we actually, we kind of developed the character keeping him in mind, and we met him and
Like we had the script, we had the story in mind, and we were shooting the Family Man season 2 in Chennai, and Manoj and Vijay were meeting in the shoot in the location. They wanted to meet days. I think these are the kind of people who meet up, just call up and say, let's meet each other. We've never met before. So I said I want to come too. So we all went and met in the middle of the shoot. And of course, like I was telling earlier, it was love at first sight. And then I said, I also had one question I had asked him, I think, I don't know if he remembers, that, do you speak Hindi? I said, yeah, I was in Dubai. I said, like, done. I didn't say anything, we went home, changed the name of the character and started, curating it around him.
Nice. So now you're a pan-Indian star.
No, sir, I'm an actor.
Okay. See, this is the lovely thing about Tamil actors. They love punchlines, So it's just like I love it. It's like a really good punchline.
It's not a punchline, sir.
No, for me it looks like a really good statement.
So I'm not comfortable with Pan India, that statement. I don't know. So sometimes that gives pressure also. So better. As I'm an actor.
Why are you not comfortable with it? It is. So you've acted in Tamil, you've acted in now Hindi, you've acted in Telugu. I mean, like, isn't that a kind of a?
I said this in Tamil, okay, sir. நடிகர் சங்கத்துக்கு பேர் வைக்கலாம் முடிவு பண்ணும்போது இந்திய நடிகர் சங்கம் தென்னிந்திய நடிகர் சங்கம் ஒன்று இருந்தபோது கவுண்டமணி சார் சொன்னார் நடிகர் சங்கம் வைங்கன்னு முடிஞ்சு போயிடுனாப்புல அந்த மாதிரி actors.
Basically just an actor, as in not just an actor, but you'd like to say I'm an actor and not necessarily
no need to put a label under this. So
under that. All right.
So that's enough.
Well, what about you, Raashi? You've also acted across languages. Do you like that term at all?
Yeah, not at all.
Okay.
I don't like it.
Okay.
I mean, we're all actors first, and why divide? Like,
Right,
the whole point.
But that's what everybody is doing these days. They're like, even when they're announcing their films, they're calling it like a pan-India film.
I don't think it comes from us as actors wanting to be called pan-India. It's probably just the people who are sort of putting it out there. I don't know if it's in the media or if it's comes from, I don't know where it comes from. But we honestly, none of us would be liked to call, we would be like, I mean, we don't like the term.
You don't like the term?
Yeah, I mean, I don't like it. It's I think it's more divisional. Like, why are you dividing us? We've already been divided as, okay, Bollywood, Tollywood, Collywood, and now suddenly it's like North and there's South, and South is doing this and North is doing that. There's this division already, and then on top of it you add, now there's another category, Pan-India. Why are we categorizing things?
And there's OTT and there's cinema and,
I mean, just don't categorize anything. Just,
Right.
I want to do in every language film.
Yeah.
So I want to do a Bengali film, Gujarati film. So if I get a chance, I'll go and work there. So so that's enough.
But Shahid, you've not stepped out of the Hindi film industry. Is there, some people,
I've never been offered anything.
Is that the reason, or is it also because
I've never been offered a movie that's not
you'd
in
like to be comfortable in the language you're speaking in?
I hate being comfortable. It's the worst thing for an actor.
Okay.
I love being uncomfortable.
Okay.
Yeah. So I mean, and nobody's offered me a film in another language.
Okay.
Really.
So please put it out there that
I have.
Yeah. Okay.
I
So
just did.
that's like a. So that's the only reason.
Of course.
Okay. All right.
Of course, for me, the fear is language. Because like Vijay sir said, he said that, having control over the language, having an understanding and ownership of the language is a huge asset as an actor,
Right.
and I'm very comfortable with my language. I sometimes don't even learn the lines exactly. I like to kind of just make them my own, so to say, right? And that only happens when you have complete control.
Control, yeah.
Like for example, when I did Tommy Singh, Like I'm not very fluent with Punjabi. I understand Punjabi completely, but because I haven't learned it as such, I can't speak it with the same perfect accent, which I hate myself for. And you know, my father's side of the family, which is pure Punjabi, wants to like pick up a shoe and hit me sometimes, saying, "How can you not know this?" And I'm like, I didn't grow up there, you know. So I would get stuck with improvisations in the middle of the shot because sometimes I try to do something spontaneously. So that's my fear, but that's also the challenge. So it would be amazing. In fact, that's what I was saying. I was saying it's time that you know we're able to do that, and we should.
But honestly, if it comes to acceptance of male heroes in the North doing a South film, I don't know how well that will be accepted in the South as a mainstream
It
hero.
hasn't been yet, so it'll be a first.
It'll be a first.
Maybe-
I mean, there's always a
maybe
first
Raashi-
because
Maybe it's because of the story, maybe.
Yes.
Choice of stories.
right.
It depends.
But there's always a first.
Yeah, you know,
So
because
that hasn't happened yet.
I think before, if I'm right, before Kamal Hassan went and made Ek Duje Ke Liye, I don't think any southern star had gone up north and
But that was like 40 years back.
yeah. But I'm saying after that there hasn't been
Still,
that many.
It's been
yeah.
40 years, but never happened.
Yeah. So but the reverse has never happened, is what I'm trying to say. It's like whereas with heroines it's always been.
Yeah, with heroines, it's always happening.
Yeah.
Actually,
everywhere.
even the villains have happened, if you notice.
Yeah.
Villains.
Yeah.
Actually, a lot of villains in Telugu Tamil films are people from
Yeah,
here.
Ashish Vidyarthi or
True.
Sayaji Shinde. There are so many of
Even Manoj Bajpayee, KK Menon, a lot of
Yeah.
all our actors from here have gone and played bad guy roles.
bad guy roles. Yeah. But for good guys, you need this man. So, except in, I guess in Vikram. But before I finish, just to complete what you were saying, Raashi, how was it acting in a language that you are fluent in compared to the other roles that you've done?
Such a
I
funny
think-
question, isn't it?
I
Like
think
usually used to the opposite question.
Yeah.
Was it difficult? Like you finally get to speak your language.
Yeah.
So for me, I felt liberated. I can't explain it. It's so much more easier in your language which you're fluent in because you can create it in your head in your own way. Like I always felt a little restricted in Tamil or Telugu, even though I know the languages, I understand Tamil really well. I speak it decently. I know Telugu really well. I speak it very well. But still for me, that comfort that was there on a Hindi set, I wouldn't feel like, oh, I have jitters now. Oh, I have to go through the script. I have to learn. Am I saying every word right? Then I can't really create what I want to create. But
Right.
with Hindi, it was so much more easier where I just get it. Okay, this is what is happening. Okay, maybe we can add that. Maybe we can, subtract that. So that freedom was there as an actor. So definitely language really helps if you're shooting in your own. And Sethupathi sir also, I think he told me on set that, you've become this lioness on a Hindi set because he's seen me in a Tamil set. And the Tamil set I would always be like, I have to learn my lines. But in Hindi,
Just keep on.
I was fearless. I was like, okay, this is my domain,
Wow, that's amazing, liberating. You said,
Yes.
like you said. So that first, I think it was a little teaser or a promo or something like that. Said, you're in front of an easel and you're painting, and you said, "This is a new phase of my life. Will people like it?" That line really intrigued me. Will people like it? Because it sounded like there was a little bit of self doubt there. How did you see that line?
We had exactly this conversation when we did that.
You
Should we say this line? Will it seem like there's self-doubt? We don't want to look like that. We want to come across as. But I think the idea behind it is it's always good to acknowledge that regardless how much work you might have done, there is always a certain amount of curiosity and nervousness that you have when you do something new. And without doubt, I've been working for 20 years. What's going to be new?
Right.
Making that debut on an OTT platform, trying something long format, you should never assume that people will like you. So I felt it was a very nice, humane thing to say,
Right,
and
right.
I kind of played for that. And I think it's fine. Why can't we say things that could be real? Why does everything have to be overconfident and loud? Things should be human, and
Right,
I felt
right.
it was great.
And Vijay Sethupathi, I have to ask you this because this transformation in your body, how did that happen? What was the motivation for that? Because it became such a talking point that Vijay Sethupathi lost weight, he's looking fantastic, or whatever it is. But what was the motivation?
My old pictures,
Your old pictures.
my earlier pictures, maybe. No, sir. When I have a continuous work and then continuous shoot, and then I felt very boring doing workouts, and I'm not such a person, and I don't believe in diet concept, so I need to eat tasty foods. I love it. If I believe that if I don't eat tasty food, then my life won't be taste. So I like to eat tasty foods. Oh, and past few years, then I couldn't use my body in while perform. Some character supports me, but still it was disturbing me so much. So I thought, okay, someday every time, every year, every month, I take a promise that okay, this month I'll reduce every, but maybe continue shoot, schedule changes. So maybe 1 week I go for a gym or something. I do yoga, I do, then I quit it. So it was happening like that for so many years. So this time, okay, this time, so yeah, let's put an end card. At least not to have. I don't have that concept of having six packs and nothing. No, I'm a normal guy. So it should be flexible. That's
Right. But I like what you said. You felt you as an actor you couldn't use your body properly. That was very interesting.
Yeah.
So that. Yeah. So finally, if you could just describe FARZI in one statement, what would it be?
My favorite line is right, isn't there? An original story about copying.
Okay.
For me, that's pretty much what it is. The
Okay.
quirk of the show lies in it, and the fact that they always take whatever they take and they spin it on its head. I think for me, that's FARZI. You'd be
Right.
surprised in every episode.
Rashi.
I'm just thrown into a vacuum at this point. But I think I would agree with what Shahid said. This sums up everything about the show. Yeah, I mean, I can't really think of anything else that in one line to sort of express what FARZI is.
nobody is good, nobody is bad.
Okay.
It depends on the choices and situations. That's what FARZI.
Yeah, we're not middle class, we're middle finger class. Is the angst behind it.
Right.
Yeah, that's the problem with sitting in this place, man. When you come to that, they've all said one-liners and dialogues and taglines from the show.
And then you're like the last guy.
There's nothing left. All the lines are gone.
No, subversive.
But you're the writer.
I
You got something, right? Something in your head. It's just like.
We have subversive hai.
Yeah. Subfarzi hai is there, but that's actually a running theme of the show also. There's a lot of blurring of the lines between good and bad. So an element of Subfarzi hai, which another way of putting it is like, for example, if you look at the characters of Michael and Sunny, we always think they're two sides of the same coin.
Oh, he's Michael and.
His name is Michael in the show.
Okay. So,
And,
for some reason when I saw the trailer, I remember this song, Ganda hai par sab dhanda hai. I don't know why. It's just like.
From
Yeah.
Yuva.
just like. It just struck my-
Company.
Company, yeah.
It's
company.
Mumbai underbelly. There's
Yeah.
a little bit of one Mumbai underbelly. in
Yeah,
the show.
I don't know, but like,
Maybe that's
because
why.
there was a, thing happening and it was lovely to see Amol Palekar in that little role. I just kind of.
It's not a little role though.
Oh, I know in the
He has a
trailer.
lot.
Yeah.
The trailer, there
Yeah,
was a
yeah.
bit of him. Yeah.
He's very substantially there in the show.
Yeah, nice. So,
No,
thank
yeah,
you everyone.
It was an amazing experience for us also. Like finally,
Yeah.
like with him, and he hasn't done anything in a long time.
Yeah,
It's like
that's-
a good
Yeah.
comeback. Nice to see him in his new innings.
Yeah. So, thanks everyone and all the best on the show.
Thanks.
Experience 10 days of Grand Europe trip for easy EMI of Rs 25,000 only with GT Holidays, South India's #1 travel brand.
Wonder Diamond, South India's largest lab-grown diamond brand, stores at Chennai, Coimbatore, Bangalore and Hyderabad.